Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Gas Panic by Oasis. As always, the song comes to you as a request from one of my viewers. So if you want to be that person to request something, just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to get to it. Be sure to add it to my list, I should say. It's a big list. There's like 1,000 songs on there. So when I say I'm going to get to it, that may not necessarily be true, but it'll at least go on the list and have a fair shot to get reviewed. Anyway, I've heard a few songs from Oasis at this point. Before starting my channel, I had heard like 3 or 4 songs from them. I heard Wonderwall, which, come on, everybody's heard that song. Had heard Supersonic, and I want to say Don't Look Back in Anger, and that was it. At this point, I've had the opportunity to listen to a few more songs from them, see a couple live performances in which they do really, really well. So the specific request for this one was to do the live performance from Wembley 2000, I want to say. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to check that out. So anyway, I'll stop talking and we can go ahead and listen. This is, again, Oasis Gas Panic live at Wembley in 2000. Here we go.
This one's for all the pirates. It's when you can lift your fucking arms up. Good fucking tune is, come on. Listen carefully. What's on this coast to see I crept through my curtains, sailing on a sea, swearing on a stormy night. I think it all got a name, but I can't be certain.
Man, that one rocked out, man. That was good. Man, I'm a sucker for guitar solos, and they definitely delivered some great solos here. That was a lot of fun to listen to. I think the bass, honestly, really carried this one throughout for me. Just a lot of really great tunes coming from that bass really made that groove nice and prominent. I feel like the guitar work was excellent. The vocalization was excellent. I just think, man, fantastic song here. I always forget which one Noel is and which one Liam is. Vocals is Liam, is what it says here. That means that guitar would be Noel. Yeah, Noel does a fantastic job on guitar here, and honestly, Liam gets a little bit more animated. I feel like than usual. You know, the typical, I guess the live performances I've seen from them so far usually have him just kind of standing there with his arms behind his back. He definitely does some of that here as well, but just I felt like he was a little bit more animated throughout the performance here. But yeah, let's take a look at the lyrics. Let's break the song down like we always do. I want to take a look at this about section first. It says, around the year 2000, Noel Gallagher began to suffer from panic attacks due to his drug addiction. He used the depression and paranoia that followed as inspiration for this song. When played live, Liam would usually introduce the song with the line, "This one's for the druggies / potheads." That's what he said here at the beginning in this one, in this performance that we just watched. So yeah, that makes sense. So let's take a look. Verse 1, what tongueless ghost of sin crept through my curtains, sailing on a sea of sweat on a stormy night. Great alliteration there. I think he don't got a name, but I can't be certain, and in me he starts to confide. That my family don't seem so familiar, and my enemies all know my name, and if you hear me tap on your window, better get on your knees and pray panic is on the way. So yeah, I mean, I guess falling into drug addiction, maybe he's not as close with his family anymore. He's making all kinds of enemies, maybe through the decisions that he's making while he's high or something like that, you know? And if you hear me tap on your window, better get on your knees and pray because panic is on the way. Cocaine users are known to have panic attacks and paranoid behavior when using too much. Tapping on the window might be a hallucination or a simple actual occurrence that triggers the panic attack, forcing him to suffer to his knees to pray for his sanity. Okay, so I guess it was cocaine, according to this person, that was causing this. Noel Gallagher wrote this song around the time he was withdrawn from drug use, inspired by the panic attacks he was having. This bit could refer to the fact that he was so lost. Yeah, that's kind of what I got from that. My pulse pumps out a beat to the ghost dancer. My eyes are dead and my throat's like a black hole. And if there's a God, would he give another a chancer an hour to sing for his soul? My pulse pumps out a beat to the ghost dancer. So like I'm assuming like when you're doing certain drugs, like your pulse quickens and you sort of go again into a panic. My eyes are dead and my throat's like a black hole. I think certain things can. This all kind of sounds like side effects to drugs, if you ask me. Because my family don't seem so familiar, my enemies all know my name. And when you hear me tap on your window, you better get on your knees and pray panic is on the way. Because my family don't seem so familiar, and my enemies all know my name. And when you hear me tap on your window, then you get on your knees and you better pray. Because my family don't seem so familiar, and my enemies all know my name. Yeah, so I think you can definitely take that sort of drug addiction reading from these lyrics. I guess gas, like typically when I first read the title Gas Panic, I was like, okay, is it going to be a song about how like especially here in America, people always panic about gas shortages and shit like that, even though there's usually not a gas shortage, but by panicking about a gas shortage, they cause a gas shortage. So that's kind of what I thought about when I just saw the name Gas Panic. I was like, is that what it's going to be about? But I think gas here is sort of a stand-in for like a drug or something. And so panic caused, induced by the drug. So lyrically, I definitely think it's an interesting way to talk about it. You know, if you didn't know, I feel like that's what the song was about. I feel like it's not unreasonable to say that you may not be able to pull that meaning from this particular song. I think it was good that we were able to read that about section and kind of get that insight. I mean, maybe you would be. Some of you might be a little bit smarter than I am, but yeah, I think because of that, you know, the song does leave itself open to maybe a little bit of interpretation. But I can definitely see that sort of drug withdrawal induced panic that is kind of mentioned here. So Lyrically, definitely interesting. Like I said, I give it 2 thumbs up. As far as the instrumentation goes, this one blew me away, guys. Like I said, the bass I feel like was really forward in this song and really provided a nice groove throughout. I mean, it was really easy to follow that bass line and really enjoy what the bassist was doing. So credits to him. What is his name? I just want to know real quick. Looks like Paul Stacey and Noel Gallagher added to the bass. I guess Paul Stacey probably the live performer here. But yeah, did a fantastic job on the bass. Loved Noel's take on the guitar. Like I said, I'm a sucker for solos, and he definitely threw some really, really good solos in here. So a lot of fun listening to the guitar. And then outside of the solos, I mean, just the riffs that he was putting in, I think were a lot of fun. I loved that sort of last part of the song where they really jammed out and really gave you some time to just kind of rock out, which was a lot of fun. You know, Liam stepped away from the mic and everybody else just kind of did their thing and let it rock out for a little bit. So that was a lot of fun to listen to. But like I said, the guitar, I think, guitar and the bass especially, for me, are the big draw instrumentally in this. Love the guitar solos. I mean, like I will come back to this song just for those awesome guitar solos and for that excellent groove on the bass. And then of course Liam, I think, does a great job singing here. Like I said, I feel like he was a little bit more animated, which I don't know if that necessarily helped or not. It definitely didn't hinder. But I don't know if that helped his performance or if it was just he's just so good he can be animated or not be animated, and it still sounds fantastic. So I loved his vocal approach here. Loved the instrumentation. I give it 2 thumbs up for sure. As far as replay value goes, I mean, this live performance was pretty damn awesome. Hopefully, you know, the studio recording sounds just as great, as much fun to listen to. Because if it is, this is definitely a song that's going to go on the playlist and get quite a few listens from me. I had a really great time jamming out to this one, and I can't wait to do it again. So yeah, fantastic song. 2 thumbs up across the board. Had a great time listening to it. Thank you so much for whoever requested this one. Likely it was probably more than one person, if I'm being honest. You know, a lot of Oasis fans out there. But yes, thank you so much for your request. If you want to be that person to request something, of course, just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my list. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, of course, go show your support to the artists. Go listen to the music wherever you can. And if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, you know, like and subscribe and comment. All right, guys, that's going to be it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.